What is up, guys? It's Mitch or Deity, and today we're going to be going over what my opinion is over the top 5 RTA grass heroes are, or Earth Element. So, this is, remember, my opinion. Yours can differ. If yours does differ, comment it down below, but remember, this is RTA focus. If you say this unit's good and Lich, not really the point of the video. There's also Twitch chat weighed in while I was making this list for every element. I'm going to be doing one video over each element, so if you're not subscribed, you're willing to. Most people that watch my videos are not subscribed, and I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. It's just a goal. It's pretty far off, but it's something to shoot for, so I'd appreciate it if you consider it. First off, though, we're just going to hop straight into this. Falconer Clery is number one, in my opinion. She's usable by everybody. You're going to get her very early within the game. Pretty much no matter, you're just going to get her. She's a 3-star. She's not free. I'm surprised they haven't added her to the connection heroes yet, but I think they might in the future. But overall, just you'll pull Clery, and then this will especially change, obviously. She's just one, she's a knight, so she can hold knight artifacts. Knight artifacts are the best in the game. Second off, she has Soulburn S3 that ignores effect res that will lock down a unit and defense break them. Defense break is very good in RTA, especially during this knight meta, because if you can defense break something and snipe it out of the game quick, then you're just at a huge advantage. Plus, she gives overall healing to your team at the start of every turn, as well as herself. And she also boosts combat readiness very quickly. If she is the last unit on your board, I've had a moment where my Falconer Clery soloed 3 ML5 characters, a 3-star unit in the game, soloed 3 ML5 characters at the end, a Rylet, LR Crow, and Blood Moon Haste. So she was able to beat all 3 of them by herself, which was absolutely crazy. So number one definitely goes her, just because of her easy accessibility and just the threat that she poses anywhere. And she's also good in all other content. She'll be used basically in anything besides Wyvern. Other than Wyvern, she's good everywhere. Everywhere. It's actually insane. So secondly, we're just going to go ahead and go with Landy. Landy has completely shaken up the current meta in every way. She has kind of shut down many of the other damage dealing options. She can fight tanks pretty well. Guiding Light made her just so damn strong. It's actually insane. So Landy easily is going to take the number 2 slot for me. She's just so good. Well, number 2 slash 3 slot, because the number 2 slot or number 1 slot honestly should go to this is the king unit. Basar has always been good. He's great for RTA. He's great for Arena. He's great for Guild Wars. He's just the consistent unit that will allow you to do so much, because he has the same thing as Falconer Clery, the ignore effect res soul burn. So in Guild Wars, guaranteed 30% pushback. He can just set you up to do everything. And in RTA, pushing back, cleaving or using him as just like initializing turn 1, putting unbuffable on the enemy to where they can't do anything is just so strong. And then also, as he survives for longer, he can add survivability to your team by decreasing the opponent's attack and their hit chance. Decrease attack by 50%, that's a ton. And then also the S1 has a chance to transfer back debuffs, so if Basar does end up getting debuffed, you have a pretty good chance that he can just give the debuffs back to the enemy, which has won so many people so many games. And it also is a random debuff, so it can give decreased defense, silence, decreased attack, or unhealable. All of these are good debuffs. All of them are. So, especially when you get that random decreased defense and then just accidentally snipe a unit out of the game. Actually crazy. So, for our 4th pick, this is where it starts getting hard, and this is where I think a lot of people will differ. I'm going to say Alencia. I'm going to say Alencia as the 4th pick. She's fallen off quite a bit. If she gets unbuffable, so like Basar gets picked into her, pretty rough. But on the like with the Fairy Tale Tenebria Rise, she's a way to kind of counteract that. She defense breaks, which is huge. Like I keep saying, it's huge in the current meta, trying to take down the current knights. She's HP scaling, so she's a low risk character. You draft her, even she just won't get one shot. Most likely she will at least eventually possibly shake off any debuffs or anything that are put onto her. And then lastly, increasing defense is huge. So if you can get increased defense on your team, increased defense by 60%, your units, this is just part of why the tank meta is so crazy and why Blue Crow is starting to make a reappearance heavily, because once you draft those 20,000 HP scaling units and then give them defense buff, they are almost impossible to kill with even the highest damage dealing units within the game. So she's going to take number 4 for me. The number 5 one, this was the hardest. So there are units like there's a bunch of units that like all were basically at the same level. We like I argue or like talk to Twitch chat trying to figure out what we think. Because Villager, they're like speed imprint on Villager's nice, but then that's all he's really good for. Euphine is pretty Saria, Tama Saria cleave, but that's not really RTA. Saria can be used other than, or a little bit different than that in RTA. She's not bad, but overall, I think Rowana just being there, being a guaranteed counter to SSB. She with Stella Harpa, you can use her against Archie Mercedes, keep Archie Mercedes from doing anything. Sort of kind of counter Cerise, counter Lilius. So Rowana overall takes the cake for me for the number 5 slot. She is, I don't use her very much. I don't find her that great. A good high damage SSB a lot of the time can just out damage a Rowana. And if you say Basar SSB, push back Rowana, put unbuffable, and then use SSB, and you have another shot for unbuffable, there's a good chance you're just going to end up killing Rowana before she really does anything. But if when Rowana does end up surviving in your team, you say you have cleansers and other things, then you're in a very good position to end up winning the game. But she'll take the number 5 slot for me. So some honorable mentions I'll go over. Like I said, Euphine is actually decent if you build like a speed Euphine. She can silence the entire enemy team, strip. Her S3 also strips and stuns, so she can lock down a little bit. Her S1 decreases defense. So Euphine overall does have a little bit of a spot. She's always been a unit that you never really want to pick, but sometimes you could pick her and she would win you the match. Vildred speed imprint, very good. Sid speed imprint. It's just Asaria is amazing though. She's great for Tamasaria cleaving in arena. She's amazing for Abyss. She's good in a couple of the different hunt stages, so she is a very good character. Mui isn't bad at all. Vivian's actually very strong, so it was between Rowana and Vivian, I believe, for me actually, as to who the number 5 was, because I do use Vivian a ton. She is super good. Lilibet's pretty good. Celine, it's fallen off quite a bit. Other than that, Destina, I use her a lot. She can be very good in the current meta with the debuffs and just having some kind of sustainability on your team. Cleanse, her S2 CR push up can set you up in some kind of like cleavy style positions with the Soul Weaver. So it's kind of like a green Lots, but better. There's quite a few green units that are good. Green, I would say, is the second weakest class. Fire is the weakest. But I'm curious what you all think. Do you agree with what I say, or do you think Rowana / Alencia or even the other units I listed should maybe not be in there and someone else should? If you want to say your case, I mean, I'm down to read it, and I'd probably agree with you if you make some kind of sense there. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If, like I said, if you guys are willing to subscribe, well, I want to try to hit 10K. If you are, if you can leave a like on the video, I guess that helps too. But also my Twitch stream, if you guys ever want to come hang out, the link's always in the description below, at the bottom of the description. But thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good day.